I've got the 6-gallon gas electric water heater. I do store it empty. I do not leave water in my water heater. As you can see there, that's my drain plug. Here's a plug here. I put a little bit of Teflon tape on that. You know, some people have the Suburban water heaters, which is a completely different water heater setup than this is. Different burner tube and everything, and your drain plug is actually about right here in the middle, usually below your burner tube. And you know, and that one and the Suburban are two different water heaters completely. They're made out of different materials. And on the Suburban water heater, there's usually the plug. There it goes, it focuses. There's a plug, and there's a rod on it, and that's called the anode rod. And that serves a purpose. That attracts all the minerals and different things in the water to eat that rod. And then when that rod is gone, it's down to a real thin rod that's probably 6 to 8 inches long. Maybe I'm just kind of trying to go off of memory. It's been a while since I've seen one. And people feel that they need to put one of those in an Atwood. Well, the tank in a Suburban is made differently. It's designed with that plug in mind for the minerals to eat the rod. An Atwood, on the other hand, is designed that repels, basically in a sense, it repels those minerals from eating the tank. It doesn't require a rod. This is just a hollowed out plastic plug that comes with the trailer or the water heater. I have replaced this because I've used crescent wrenches in the past in a pinch. Forgot to put it in at the campground or forgot to drain it or something like that, and wanted to empty it before I walked away from the camper or whatever the case may be, and the edges get a little boogered up. Now I keep a socket and a small breaker bar in the trailer just to take this in and out. If you're a weekend camper like I am, I strongly suggest draining the water heater when you're through. Anything after 30 days, they consider that stagnant water, and that can cause you some problems health-wise. And then it's not really good for the camper either. That water heater should be drained. If you're draining it, you're flushing out all the sediment and junk from the campgrounds. If you've ever paid attention to the inside of your water filter or your hose, then you know what I'm talking about. Some of the dirt and other things that are in the water from the well water, real hard water. As you can see here, I mean, this is my pressure relief valve. When I'm working on the camper and I just want to get the tank filled up quick or whatever, little CLR will clean it up eventually. I just haven't gotten to that this year. Like I was saying about the plugs though, they make a small plug with a rod that fits these. Bad idea. Because that plug, if you do not drain the water heater religiously, that plug can actually fuse to the tank, and you'll never get it out without busting it or the tank. So I do not recommend using it. I suggest you just stay with the plug. If you're draining your water heater religiously like you're supposed to, whether it's the Atwood or the Suburban, for the weekenders like myself, that rod will last you significantly longer. But on the flip side, if not, then you're going to wind up with problems. As far as the full timers go, what you want to do is make sure you drain it periodically. There's a product that I have in the trailer here, and I don't know if I can get to it very easily, and I can show you. It's called a Tank Saver. It's a little yellow gizmo, about 12 inches long. It hooks to your garden hose. Oh boy. And it's not that accessible. So maybe I'll do a video when we go camping in a couple weeks to show you guys what I'm talking about. But to kind of help you see, all you do is do it twice a year. You stick it in the drain plug, the drain hole of the water heater, and just kind of wiggle it around, and it helps push all that sediment and junk out of the water heater. I am a firm believer in the slide out toppers. I believe they help with a lot of different things. Real super heavy rains, debris from the trees. Some people don't like that they pull water. Unfortunately, It's kind of nature of the beast. The problem becomes is you can see I have a weather shield there that comes with it, but the tube and fabric there, what it is the tube kind of sags in naturally with no water on it, and that creates just enough that in the rain it starts to pull up and sags a little bit more, and you start to hold water, which causes the fabric to unroll a little bit. But that is very normal, and there really is no good fix for that. Adding more tension to the springs does nothing except possibly wear out your fabric or cause your spring to break sooner, more prematurely. So I've got this handy little guy here. I like these guys, these little window awnings. It's kind of neat looking. Kind of shades the window. Again, keeps the sun out of the trailer. And the strap, normally it just hooks right there on the wall. Something else I installed myself. Cable TV hookup. Waste tanks, things like that. For anybody having problems with their waste tank valves not sealing properly or they're real stiff to move, something you can do is go to the dollar store and pick yourself up a gallon of vegetable oil. With your tanks empty, you close the valve, dump the vegetable oil in there, wait about 5 minutes, and then go ahead and you open and close the valve really, really fast. Just open, close, open, close, open, close. And that actually lubricates the valve to work better. So I've also installed an aftermarket tank rinser for washing out my black tank. Spare tire, carrier, utility shower. This is how I travel with my 2x8s treated lumber for the camper for leveling. Yeah, the Lend Assist handle right there has been a nice feature for us. So